Sway House.
Do you guys have a manager or something that my parents can talk to?
Somebody with a prefrontal cortex that's in place.
I mean, the day that I assume that I have it all figured out, I need someone to come and slap me.
You played everything there.
Yeah.
You got your protein, you got your carb, you know. I was also in a frat for a short period of time.
I'm a little tired sometimes of being Noah Beck.
How do I renegade?
All that matters is that you're having fun. Like, I'm aware that having the following and having this platform could potentially help me get into a door, but it's not going to keep me in the room.
3 guys and 35 girls.
Doesn't sound so bad.
Knights were the original Heartthrob. What team? Wildcats! Put me back in. If you were a f***ing sweet person, you wouldn't have f***ed your best friend's boyfriend.
I don't think Cary Grant said that.
What are we even doing?
What are we even doing?
Hey, hi, you found my YouTube channel. What the heck? It's Kyle MacLachlan. Come on, subscribe, smash the button, hit it, punch it, let's go. Welcome to What Are We Even Doing?
We rolling.
We are rolling. I'm Kyle MacLachlan, your host for the day. This is a program where we sit down with actors, musicians, creatives of all type, and we talk about their process, what moves them in the crazy and wild world of social media. And today we have a very, very special guest. I'm so excited. Noah Beck is here, and you're an actor, you're an influencer, you are like, I don't know, you're a champion of the internet as far as I'm concerned. You make me feel both kind of cool that you're here and very old at the same time. But welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks
High
for
praise. Thank you so much
coming
for having
in,
me.
man.
Yeah.
From not too far away. You said West Hollywood, so that's
West
not
Hollywood,
too bad.
not too far at all.
I know. I just rolled down out of the hills, and here we are.
Here we are.
Our little studio.
Right into these chairs. Talking.
You got the comfy, cozy heart that you're
I
sitting
sure
on.
do. I know.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I feel bad for not having it on display. It's so nice.
That's good. Yeah, I got my hands here just in
I
case.
think I'll just have it on my thigh for comfort.
People are going to go like, what the hell is going on? That's crazy. Well, welcome. I want to ask you a little bit about kind of how you started, you know, kind of maybe that first spark of like, wow, this is something that I like or that I'm good at, or how did you find yourself kind of falling down the rabbit hole of social media? Was there a beginning to that? What do you think?
I mean, there was a beginning, but it's so hard to no, it's actually quite easy to pinpoint when it was. The start it was COVID. And
Okay.
I grew up my whole life playing soccer. And so the very athletic background, I played just about every sport, but whenever soccer was in season, that was priority.
And you started when you were a kid, I imagine, like
3, since I could kick a ball, since I could stand. Yeah, so that was my passion. That was my love. That's what I wanted to do. There was really no plan B in that kind of sense.
Sure.
But it was more, that's just what I wanted to do. That's where my heart was. My dad was also a coach of my local high school team growing up. So he had definitely some influence on that.
Sure, of course. Was he a soccer player as well? I mean,
He was. He grew up more baseball, funny enough, but then he fell into the coaching and then has been coaching the local. He just retired this year from coaching, but he was coaching for just over 30 years.
That is such a noble, amazing thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he was a great coach.
Yeah, amazing.
And the kind of influence that can have on kids, you know, particularly if it's a positive thing, if it's an encouraging thing. And I had that experience when I was growing up, you know, when I was like 10, 11, 12, 13, and we had a coach. He was kind of like that tough, but compassionate. So he'd work really hard, but he always would give you a kind of a hug, you know, around your shoulder
Tough
pads.
love. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really important.
I think a coach and a parent, in my case, that can tiptoe on that line and can really, be that guy that pushes you, but then also will be the first one to hug you after a loss. And so I think he was that for me. And it's amazing because I come from a family of educators, funny enough. Both my parents are teachers as well. Okay. And then both my sisters got their degrees in teaching.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and one of them's pursuing it now. The other one did a year of it and was like, not for me, which
What
sense.
grade was she teaching?
she wanted to teach English high school.
Okay.
So there was not
That's tough.
all that to say, March of 2020 was when we kind of got the blast email when I was walking at campus and just we all looked at our phones. I remember this I remember it so vividly because it felt like a scene out of a movie where everyone looked at their phones like we got an Amber Alert or something.
Yeah,
and we looked around and we were like, you guys getting this too? Am I getting pranked? And it was need to evacuate campus.
So funny, that's the first thought was we're getting pranked here. Something's happening.
Yeah, it didn't feel real. It was, and it was so out of the blue. And I just remember being like, all right, well, surely this will blow over in a week, not really knowing what to expect.
Yeah, of course not.
And in hindsight, not realizing that it would be a 2-year thing.
So you were on track playing soccer
Yeah.
at school.
Yes.
And you were like, this is going to be my life.
Mhm.
And it's a D1 school, I
D1
think,
school,
right?
yeah.
Which is pretty intense.
Yeah.
And I imagine the training was pretty, I mean, that's
Yeah.
discipline. You got to have discipline.
Truly. And yeah, I think, like I said, it was a mix of my dad kind of being that influence on me growing up, and then a culmination of all my coaches, I think, from being a kid. I loved it. Like, I loved the hard work. I loved the competitiveness. I loved every training, feeling like nothing's given and it has to be earned. And I think I've definitely, in ways that may or may not be healthy, have translated that to my life now without having the
Well, I'm curious
soccer
about
outlet.
that.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that because if you grew up with that kind of discipline, we're talking about social media and the kind of demands that makes on your time, I can only imagine. I mean, I'm just scratching the surface here.
Yeah.
And I'm finding it's not a full-time job in my case, but it takes a lot of time and energy, and not just from me, but the people that I work with, some of whom are here in the room with me right now, and they work hard, just to sort of stay current and relevant and in the world.
Yeah.
So I was saying, as you were talking about that discipline that you have for playing soccer, because it's every day and it's focused, you kind of have to bring that, seems like, into this world of social media, which you've created this. I mean, you covered so many different things, and you've done many different things already. Thinking of Sway House, of course. I mean, that was living your life, and I mean, it's a little different than living in a dorm. I don't know. I mean,
there were similarities, but it was. If that was leaning towards the question of like, what was that like? It was my experience of living it was a frat house, and it was very much that. And then you throw in a lot more money than we should have been making.
That's always a good thing, right? You always find that very helpful.
Exactly.
Make good choices,
exactly.
On those days.
It was just, everything was like just heightened at that time. The drama that if it were happening at any other high school or any other college or any town or whatever it is, the drama that would happen between our house and then the other house, and just like that world and that time of creators.
Right.
Everything was just so heightened. Like, someone would, people would date similar people, and then it was just stuff that happens. But because we were in the spotlight, it was just like the biggest news ever. And then all of a sudden, going from a dorm room, and like, there's no training for that, and there's no like preparation you can do to all of a sudden like be in LA and have like seeing like glares of camera lenses from like paparazzi, and it's, what do you want from me? It was pretty surreal. And
how
then,
did you handle it? Because I know, I mean, you've spoken about, you're a pretty shy person, you know what I mean, in your life, you know what I mean? But at the same time, here you are. Did you just jump in and say, what the heck, let's try this? Was it one of just like, sounds fun?
Yeah, I guess it's funny, we've been kind of like going back to COVID when it first kind of happened.
Sure.
And then the pandemic hit and we got sent home. I went back to Arizona, which is where I'm from, and then purely out of boredom just started posting on social media, and just started with a silly little a little bet with my sister, being an annoying younger brother. I was like, I bet I can get more followers than you on TikTok, and she was like, I don't do it for that. And I was like, well, I'm gonna do it for that. And so
oh my gosh,
there was some out of body experiences that I was like, in hindsight, like, what led me to posting that? Or I don't know. It was,
well, you spoke about waking up one morning and suddenly you had like 20,000, something just like this.
That day that I posted that video, I posted it at night and then woke up and it literally 20,000 followers, and it was.
Did you think of like, oh, I'm gonna do something like another influencer out there, or somebody that you had seen, or you said, oh, I kind of like this, maybe I'll do something in the same vein? Or
for that first video, I don't know what I would. I think I looked up just. I don't know. I did my research, and I looked at what other people my age were doing, and guys that look similar to me. I was like, what's working out there? And I was like, I can copy this. And the thought of my coach potentially seeing this, my teammates potentially seeing this, like, didn't even cross my mind. And so it was just like, I'm gonna do this. And
Yeah.
Set up my phone, used like my sister's laptop as like my ring light.
Like low
Let's
end
just let
production.
it happen. Hey, less is more in that sense. And so
sure.
I think it was a Meg Thee Stallion song featuring
Right.
DaBaby.
Oh, that's right. And
Yeah.
It was a little rough.
as my first video, and it was very. I think I threw in some really bad transitions in there, but something happened and something worked. And so,
Well,
yeah,
the camera loves you, first of all, and that's a nice thing. You never know until you sort of get out there and you sort
never
of
know.
see how's it going to translate through the lens.
Yeah.
So that's a cool story.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty surreal.
That's pretty cool. So you're in Portland. You were at school. You went back to Arizona to kind of wait out the COVID thing. And then did you sort of say at some point, hey, I gotta go to LA, or was there did you go back to Portland, or how did that work?
Yeah. So fast forward from that video from that night, 3 months, and this is gonna sound ridiculous, but like 4 or 5 million followers later in those 3 months, which is
That's incredible.
it was surreal, but it also again, if it was just a number on a phone, because I didn't know, it was so foreign to me, like this concept, and just like seeing how that would translate to real life didn't even like apply to me yet. And so it was when I started to receive emails and DMs from brands, other influencers at the time, and being like, yo, we should work together, or yo, we should collab, you should come hang out with us. It was just like this thing that was so, I was like, look, I'm just waiting for that email to come back to school. Like, I just want to play soccer. And then that email never came. And it really just felt like this lightning in a bottle moment. And I don't know, all you have is your instinct. And I had this weird feeling in me that I was like, all right, well, soccer's going to be there. Like, I'm not all of a sudden just going to lose all my ability over the span of a month if I decide to go out to LA and give this a shot. And that's what I did. And it was pretty surreal. Like that, I remember that first month in LA in June to kind of like test the waters, and not even with the thought of I'm going to live out here, I'm going to do this thing. It was more of just like, I'll go out there for like a week, hang out with these guys that have been texting me, basically being like, you should come over and like we should make videos.
So
like,
there's the one that they just sort of said to you, hey, why don't you come out? Did you like consult with anybody, or like, who should I? Or
that's
was
my
it just
parents.
that's the best, right?
Yeah,
And
I was
like,
like, hey, mom, dad, like there's
what do
some
you
guys
think?
on TikTok that are like some of the most followed guys on the app, and they want to like hang out with me. Like, should
and were they like,
yeah, they're like, pump the brakes. Like, what do you mean? And I was like, look, I don't know what I mean, but
feels like a good thing, and they supported you. They supported you.
And ultimately, I had to kind of go through the channels here, and I was like, guys, is there an adult? Like, they're all early 20s. Is there an adult around?
Is there a
like,
chaperone?
Do you guys have a manager or something that my parents can talk to like
somebody
ease
over
their
25.
Exactly. And
somebody with a prefrontal cortex.
Exactly.
That's in place. Okay.
Someone developed in there, and fortunately there was, and they spoke to him, and who they spoke to on the phone is now my manager to this day.
Wow.
Which is great. So yeah, he basically eased their nerves, and he was like, look, your son is doing really well on this app. And I was sitting hearing this, and I was like, doing really well. Like, I'm posting stupid videos. It's strictly out of like
building a whole.
Yeah, like all these videos were fueled by my boredom during COVID. And I think that's where, I don't know, if I was a consumer, I guess that's where the authenticity shined through. Because there was no niche. There was no, like, one video I'd be dancing in the bathroom shirtless, and then the other one would be baking with my mom, and then the other one would be soccer video, and it was just all over the place. And so, and then I like love to dabble with like the acting audios and stuff like that. And so like, I think I found a weird love for that through those videos.
It's super
funny.
Authentic.
Yeah.
Which I think that's the one thing that I've learned during this process is if you're just yourself, you know, there's just really people respond to that. You know? Either they recognize a kindred spirit, or they just appreciate the fact that you're being, here I am, you know, kind of warts and all of the, I look great, you look great, you know what I mean? It's like, well, this is me, you know what I mean? And putting it out there. It sounds like it's a very creative process for you. Was it something that, was there other thing that pointed towards that when you were younger? Did you have like a creative side, or?
You know, it's funny because I've recently been thinking about this because, like I said, my parents and my whole family are educators, and I ironically dropped out of college. So that's kind of where
Black
I'm
sheep.
at. Exactly.
There you go.
But it was to pursue this, and it was, I don't know, it's not even that anyone in my family was like overly creative. It's not even in hindsight that I was. It was more they instilled this like curiosity into me. I think being teachers, they like I never want to stop learning. And the moment that the day that I assume that I have it all figured out, I need someone to come in and slap me because it's just far from the truth. And I just love learning. I love being curious, and I love because I don't know what's the ladder. Like, why would I want to be?
Yeah. No, I see that, and because you said you post all these different things, and curiosity, I think it keeps us young. I mean, for goodness sakes, I mean you are young,
but
it's a thing where as you get older and older, you want to keep learning. All the people successful people, older successful, even middle age, anyway, are all curious.
Yeah.
So you can be 85 years old and you're still curious about something, and you stay young. And it's kind of funny enough. It's why I'm here, doing this podcast, which is something unexpected and unusual. It's just I'm curious about a generation that I don't know that much about.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing.
We're here chatting about it, and you're telling me what it's like to be an influencer. Would you call yourself an influencer, or what would you say?
I don't know.
Maybe that's not the right.
But is there ever a right word? Like I don't know. I think I've literally had talks with my with my publicist about this, and it was like, when people ask my title, what do I give them? Because I guess that's a good thing because I like to just do different things. So it's not like, I hope it's not an egotistical thing, but it's more of just like I don't know, maybe a creator.
Creator is a good word. I was going to say that. And with that, of course, comes a responsibility. But I feel like you're really tapped into that. Maybe that's part of being from a family of educators. You have a responsibility to what you put out there. It's fun. Maybe there's something you're explaining something or showing something, or But I feel like you lead by example. And I think that's the strongest way to lead, honestly.
Yeah.
I watch your cooking videos. I like to cook as well.
Love it.
Is that your mom, dad, sisters, your own thing? I mean,
they're gonna kill me. Neither, to be honest.
Don't have them make dinner. In other words,
no.
Like, okay.
Well, funny enough, growing up, my dad every once in a blue moon would hop on the grill, and it was like one of my favorite nights because I love like grilled food like that.
Yeah.
And my mom, bless her heart, she was not the best cook, and she knows that.
Neither was my mom.
She'll admit it.
We have that in common.
But I don't know. I think that came later in life because I don't think I wasn't exactly whipping it up in my dorm room in Portland either, and I wasn't doing that at home. And so I think it honestly came when I started to live on my own. Yeah, the Uber Eats app started to kind of run up, and I was like, I gotta cut back on this and maybe learn how to cook a little. And so I've really enjoyed it, and I've almost kind of like romanticized cooking at home, and like it's kind of a nice therapeutic thing that I like to like set up.
It's like a meditation, I think,
because
it completely takes your time and focus.
Yeah, it does.
Good.
Like I said, it's fun just like romanticizing it and just kind of like doing it, and it's like this like self-care that you can kind of do, and that these little things that you can do to help better yourself tomorrow. And like I'm big on that, and it's not that everything in life, because there's that I'm constantly playing devil's advocate with myself with everything, trying to always look at like two sides of a coin of like, all right, well, I need to eat super clean because tomorrow like myself will be thanking me, etc. But then I'm like, okay, well, not everything that I eat needs to be like for betterment. Like you can live a little. And so I found myself doing that quite a lot with just like mundane things in life. I'm like, not everything needs to be this stress on like, am I gonna regret it tomorrow, etc. And so
you have a little bit of a war. I don't know. I mean, I'm OCD for sure, and I battle that all the time.
Yeah,
decisions. You know what I mean? And is it the right decision? Is this good? Is this bad? And sometimes you just go, I don't want to battle anymore. I just go forward.
Exactly.
You think about everything, and I also think too. I mean, I don't know if it comes out in the posting that you do, but there's a perfectionist thing that I have, and I've had to really just let that go. Thank you to my team; they really helped me.
You're perfect
Nora
to
and
us.
Maia, and they like say, it's great. Just let it be. And I think in some ways that's what people want to see. They want to see the. Not everything's perfect. You know what I mean? You just have fun with it,
Yeah, there is almost this like responsibility to make your life seem glamorous or in ways like with a filter on it. And I've learned to kind of just peel that back. And I've almost learned that the more I peel that layer back, the better it seems.
Yeah.
Like, yes, things can still be curated, but like not in like a perfected.
Yeah.
It's like this
Yeah.
controlled.
Well, I think if I
thing.
may,
Yeah.
I think you're in this process, and I know acting is something that you're
Yeah.
pursuing heavily.
Yes.
And that what you describe is exactly what you do as an actor, right? You start pulling off these layers of this person,
Yeah.
of yourself,
Yeah.
and you start showing things maybe not so proud of, but they're things that are part of the human experience.
I
Which
love
I
that.
think, yeah, it's this process, and then getting to the point where you can actually go, okay, you may see some things in me that you're not going to like, but within the confines of the character, that's who this person is,
Right.
and have no judgment on it. So this is just who this person is, and that's who I'm playing.
Yeah.
And I think as you go on this journey, which you're on, I just encourage you to continue to do that, to pull back that stuff,
Yeah.
because that's the gold, really.
Yeah. No, that's really well put. It kind of goes back to the never stop learning kind of mantra of it all.
Sure.
It's like, I feel like I'm constantly just exploring things, whether it's about myself, whether it's about a character, and like really embracing it and figuring out like, why is it that I'm this way or the character is that way?
Yeah.
And so I think there's a lot to unpack there. And
Yeah.
I think it's fun to do that.
Yeah, that's the journey. You were talking earlier about something, and I think about the frat stuff, and I remember thinking part of what I was also in a frat for a short period of time,
Nice.
which I wasn't really ready for, but it was good. It was a good experience.
Where at?
I was at the University of Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a beta up there.
Amazing.
It was a little, yeah, it is amazing because they don't look at me. I'm like, no, he doesn't look like a beta to me. But anyway, they let me in somehow. But I don't think I was ready for it. I don't think I could handle it. Funny enough.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about the team being on a team sport. Soccer is a team sport. And then you were talking about the experience of being with Sway and with your group. And I feel like it's something that as an actor I really enjoy. I enjoy the group effort. I enjoy having partners, around, and we're this little team, this little band of people,
Yeah.
and we're like the circus. You know what I mean? It's like everyone's working together for like a greater good, a better thing. We're trying to create something special, and I really love that. I don't know if that's something you share as a, you talked about, of course, your film on Tubi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sideline, yes.
Yeah, Sideline, exactly. And there's a new one, Sideline 2?
Yes.
Too?
Coming out on Thanksgiving Day.
I don't know if that was something, the experience of that, working together with crew and actors and everything, was something that you really responded to.
No, it's actually crazy. You took the words exactly right out of my mouth. Like,
Okay.
that is something that, because when I first kind of felt like acting is something that I'd like to explore, it was kind of a naive, delusional thought of mine that I was like, oh, well, people seem to like me on this small screen.
Right.
Maybe that'll translate to a big screen.
Right.
And like, it was part of that. And it was almost this like liberating thing of like, all right, I'm a little tired sometimes of being Noah Beck. Like, it's like, I want to be someone else. I want to live in someone else's shoes. And like, maybe there will be something that I enjoy about that process. And honestly, like, call it ego or whatever. But I was like, and yeah, the ring of being a movie star has got a nice like ring to it. And I was like, that's a cool title. But all that to say, like, I did what I know, how I'm wired. I was just like, all right, well, I got to become a student to this, and I got to train at it. It was a mix of like what my parents instilled into me, and then the athletic background of like, I'm gonna work my ass off and continue to explore this thing that I know nothing about. Like, I didn't grow up doing theater, and so there was like this chip on my shoulder to consume everything and just be a sponge, because I know nothing about this. And so talking to people like yourself and just people that are experienced in this space, I'm like, I love hearing their experience, because what I've learned about it is that it's so not one size fits all, and everyone has their own process. But yeah, that is word for word what I like fell in love with it. Yeah, it was purely the collaboration. I was like, oh, this is what I've been missing for. Because social media, as
you and the camera, really, it's a little.
It can be as lonely or as collaborative as you make it. And, But with a movie, it takes a village, and it takes like. I just loved it. I fell in love with everyone coming together, and all for that final product. Yeah,
that's what I like about it too.
Loved it. You know what's really funny? I get this question in the past month, like 3 or 4 times. Like, I got chirped the other day on the street. This group of like think it was some young like baseball team. I was walking in like Manhattan Beach, like with one of my friends.
Right.
And they were all like, Renegade for us. And I was like, come on. And I'm like, are we not past this? But well, you know what's really funny? And like my digital footprint is insane. So like good luck finding it. But also like you won't, because I've actually never done the Renegade.
What?
Ever.
We couldn't find it.
You couldn't find it. There is no, I've never done the
It's your
Renegade.
And they're the
Aura.
best.
It was, I will
They're
say,
the
it was
best.
slightly behind. It was slightly before my time. Like, I think it was like a really trending dance, like on right around that time, like May or April or May of 2020.
Oh, right after
And so
COVID.
it was,
Okay.
yeah, so it was
COVID
right.
started, yeah.
like, I wasn't exactly doing a ton of dances when I was back home. And I think I started to dance more and do just like fun ones with like the Sway Boys. And so
Right.
this was like AZ TikTok Noah. And so like he was not doing the Renegade. And so like by the time I came to LA, there were other dances.
Right.
But there
You
are
moved on.
other
Renegade's very complicated.
crazy ones.
Yeah.
But I've tried dances. I've tried a
You've
few.
done some dances.
This is a disaster.
No.
But that's okay.
have
That's
your
okay. But
own
that's part of the fun. It's like
Yeah,
you said,
it sure
really good
is.
things rise to the top and things that are not so good. It's like what I do in my dancing. But you know,
All that matters is that you're having fun.
that,
I mean, I am
at
not.
the end of the day, yes.
Exactly. How are you finding it? Like being on social media and doing the podcast? Like,
I am really enjoying it.
really?
Yeah, just
Okay.
having you here, having a conversation. You know, I've been doing this. I've only got a few under my belt, really,
Yeah.
and I didn't know how I was going to react, but I am thoroughly enjoying it. I always say, you know, I know like my heroes, people that I followed because
Yeah.
I was coming up as an actor. You know, I was looking to Marlon Brando. I was even looking at James Dean and Montgomery Clift, some of the older, and I was
Amazing.
focused on theater. You
Yeah.
know, so that was kind of where I was going.
Yeah.
I don't know what's coming, you know, generations behind. You know what I mean? That's the people that are coming up and the waves that are coming. I see names and I'm like, I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta broaden my understanding of things. So I
Yeah.
said, let's look and see and talk with people that are creatives that are coming from another time, you know, and
Love that.
figure out, hear their story and what's important, especially with the advent of social media now. It has such a huge impact on everything and how it's being used by the people that actually grew up with it. You know, you have a facility with it.
Yeah.
that I don't necessarily have, but I'm trying to learn. So
Yeah.
it goes back to learning, right?
I was just
Yeah.
about to poke that out. I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, like, yeah, even like it doesn't matter how old you are. It's like you just can never be so stagnant in your ways. And I think it's really cool that you're doing this. And it's
Yeah,
like,
thank you.
yeah. And having listened to a few of the episodes, like, I love Dylan O'Brien.
Oh,
Like,
he's great.
yeah, never met him. I'm just a big fan of his work. And
I hate him. Absolutely.
you guys had such a good rapport. And
we did have fun.
yeah.
There was a lot of teasing back and forth.
He's awesome. And
Yeah.
like being a fan of his work via movies or
Yeah.
whatever. And there's some other interviews that I've seen of his that I'm like, seems like a cool guy off set as well.
Totally.
But having listened to your guys' interview, I'm like, oh, this just confirms. Like, it's cool when you get a little bit more of an insider on some of these people, but I fear that I'm a little too. I think there are some people that if they want to, they can know me better than I know myself via online, because I'm just I
Right.
share so much.
Everything is out there.
Everything is out there, and
Yeah.
I think I'm coming up at a different time where social media, you can pick and choose what you share, but I've just chose to be an open book online.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
pretty much everything about me is online.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It's scary.
Yeah,
but
it's
also-
unusual. It's different. I mean,
yeah.
you're in kind of uncharted territory,
Yeah.
honestly.
And so I feel like, again, playing devil's advocate, like there's
Yeah.
so many drawbacks in this episode, but it's so funny because I think going back, I'm like, well, this is cool because I could kind of be a pioneer in this space of like, I really want to act and like I want to do it. Like I'm aware that having the following and having this platform could potentially help me get into a door, but it's not going to keep me in the room. At first, there was this imposter syndrome, and I was getting auditions that I was like, that's insane, because I'm like a fan of this franchise, or I'm a
Right.
fan. Like I know when this movie comes out,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a fan of this movie, and so like to even think that I have a chance of being a character in it, or
I still have the imposter syndrome. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like,
I mean,
it's like, wait a minute, are they thinking of me?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah.
I read something the other day, and it was really interesting, and like it completely shifted my perspective of imposter syndrome. Is like basically along the lines of imposter syndrome being a good thing, and it means that you're doing something cool, and it means
Right.
like chasing that imposter syndrome, because there are many people that will never experience that feeling of like I'm doing something so amazing that
Yeah.
it feels like this shouldn't be happening to me or
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
But in fact, like rethinking that, like I love chasing that feeling now.
Yeah.
Of like, let's see how much crazier this
Yeah.
life can get. Let's see what more I can accomplish. And it's like, it's a cool thing to chase,
Yeah.
but it's also kind of a slippery slope of like, what more can I do? What more? But I think with acting at first, it was very much that, and like playing the devil's advocate of like, all right, well, growing up, seeing these movie stars and seeing these people that I was fans of,
Yeah.
and it was like, I know nothing about them. And now trying to do the thing where I'm like reverse engineering it, where I have this platform. When I said yes to that first film, like everything that I said prior to, you know, being a movie star sounds amazing, etc. But
Yeah.
I'm like, am I gonna love these? Like I had people prep me for, they're like, it's gonna be long days, early mornings. I was like, talking my language, let's
Yeah,
do
yeah,
this. Like
yeah,
I've been
yeah.
craving this. Like I need
Yeah.
to be a part of a team, and like
Yeah.
I need to have these bounce boards, and like I want to fulfill this creative side that I feel like it's so hard to with just myself and a phone.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I hit this plateau, but it was almost, creatively I was like, I got to do something bigger, and like
Yeah.
I want to. And so thank God that I had such an amazing experience with the first film, and just knowing that that is what it takes to make a film. I'm like, oh, sign me up. Like I'm in
It's
this
the
now.
discipline, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
like-
amazing.
yeah.
And so if the industry continues to have me, I would love to continue working. But I've been very humbled by the process, because like I said, the platform can get me in rooms, but it's
Yeah.
like I think I've done over hundreds of auditions, and
Yeah.
it's like,
This is the journey.
Yeah.
Man. That's
and I'm
it
sure
goes on. And
yeah,
it
if you
doesn't
have any
stop.
tips in that realm.
Oh man, no, the tips are just keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Try and find the best people to work with and work with them and just absorb everything, you know?
Amazing.
And as I said earlier, continue to try to peel back and let yourself be there, which I feel like in some ways I'm like, no, because you have lived in front of the camera, not for your entire life, but for a portion.
Yeah.
And so it's like being comfortable in front of the camera is
Yeah.
really important, which obviously that's something I feel like that's happening. That's great. It's like getting inside the skin of the character, understanding everything about the psychology of the character as much as you can.
Yeah.
And then just really connecting with the person you're working with, whomever
Yeah.
that may be. It's all that,
Yeah. Do you remember when you realized that I want to act?
Yeah, there were a couple things. And I think when I was a kid, my mom would encourage me to join. There was a teen theater group in town, and I was like I can't be bothered with this.
Yeah.
Annoying. And I would go to these things, and it was really the social side
Yeah.
of things that I really enjoyed, hanging out with some of my friends, and there were cute girls around, and I was like, oh, this is not so bad,
Not so bad.
Yeah, I sort of like this.
Sign up for ballet. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you ever do ballet?
I didn't, but
I took 2 years of ballet.
Did you?
Yes.
No way.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't
I was
offered at my
terrible.
school.
It was at college. I was serious. It was terrible. There were 3 guys and 35 girls.
Or was
You
it?
can
Sounds so
see.
bad. Doesn't sound so bad.
Like, I was awful, and I love my teacher, but I was terrible. Yeah, absolutely terrible. But it's again, try something.
You tried it.
This is fun. What the
Yeah.
heck? How can it not be fun? And good hard work. I mean, it was a good workout. Yeah, that was part of it. And I think I said, it'll help me with my fight training or something. Because I went to like a program where I was trained. We had 3 years of acting training for repertory theater. So that was it, theater, and that's what I was going to do. And then movies kind of came in, and my first film, I came in. I was my first screen test. I'd never seen a film camera before. I'd never.
Yeah, wow.
No one had ever done my hair and my makeup before, and I was like, what the hell is all this? I was green as can be. And
It
just
was Dune, wasn't it?
yeah, totally.
Crazy.
And I watched the movie now, and I'm like, you don't know what you're doing there, do you? I can just watch myself through the whole thing and say, that scene was
that's a
good.
self-critic,
And
though.
Yeah. No, totally.
What was that auditioning process like, and how, if you felt like, or if this was your first time seeing a film camera and you didn't, like,
Right.
this was such a foreign thing to you,
Yeah.
how'd you get the role?
I had great good fortune to meet David Lynch.
Okay.
And he and I had a connection right at the very beginning.
Wow.
And he was my
On just a personal level.
on a personal level, yeah.
That
So he
helps.
was kind of we bonded quickly, almost as brothers. It was so
Wow.
interesting. So Dune was our first, and he helped me through that. And then Blue Velvet was the second, and worked together again, and then Twin Peaks. And that whatever that connection was, that magic that we had, and I really trusted him, and I had trusted my training too, and I was gradually able to sort of interface film acting with what I knew, theater acting,
Right.
and it took a bit of time. There were some rough edges, you know.
Okay. Such as?
I had the background. Oh, just learning what the camera does.
Yeah.
You have already had a relationship with the camera.
Social media has kind of trained me to like I've had to become comfortable in front of a camera, so that it's had a weird way of, I guess, training me for that, because I had a really interesting conversation with my co-star on the movie, and like there were so many times where I was so self-conscious, and so it wasn't even self-conscious isn't the right word. It was more, I guess, again, curious of like, are you believing this? Like after every scene, like he'd say cut, and I would be like, I would say to her name's Sienna, and I would go, does this feel real? Like I feel like I could do it so many different ways, and she's like, that's acting. Like it's subjective, and like how you're doing it is great. You could do it 10 other different ways, and I was like, oh, don't say that, because that makes it sound like
there's no right. There's no right choice.
Exactly, it's not a one size fits all. So I had to learn that very quickly of like, you just kind of have to commit, and like if you're gonna make a choice, and like, but don't half-ass it, and just make it feel. It's the listening and the responding, and it
really is what it is.
So
we had an exercise when I was in class called talking and listening, and basically that's it. As if you're hearing something for the first time and responding to it in a new way.
Right.
And it's one of the things that sort of I've been working on it too, to be honest. The past 10 years, it's like getting in front of the camera and just sort of saying, I don't know where we're going to go with this.
Yeah.
We always play a game.
Great.
Towards the end of the interview,
Love
just for
games.
fun. And it's called Name That Heartthrob. You're more of a heartthrob than I have an older heartthrob.
Never that.
Back in the day, but we're going to take turns reading lines that certain heartthrobs have said, and then we're going to try and guess who said it.
Great.
Okay,
Let's do it.
It's a multiple choice. So, when we come back, we're back with our heartthrob section, and the reason that we're wearing these it's not a costume. I mean, I wear this occasionally.
Yeah.
It's part of my wardrobe. Is because Knights were the original heartthrobs, I think. At least that's what we're saying right now. So
I feel like that's true.
you look great, by the way. The whole the mesh.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, it's nice. And glasses work too. I think this is kind of a fun touch. I took my glasses off to wear these, so I can't see a thing. But I'm just pretending. Okay, we're back with our segment.
We're back.
This is called Name That Heartthrob. Now I'm going to read lines from various heartthrobs throughout history, and we'll have to decide which one it is. Okay. Oh yeah, and we have candy here. So if you're pretty, I know you're pretty healthy, but if you win, we should be thinking if you lose one, you have to eat a candy. That's what it is.
That's more of an incentive right there.
Because they're very spicy. They're heartthrobby. They're going to give you heartburn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they're spicy, hot tamales.
Okay.
All right, first one.
Here we go.
All right. Here is my line. What team? Wildcats. A, Zac Efron. B, Paul Newman. No help.
No,
from the Peanut Gallery. C, Charles Melton.
Okay.
Or D, Kyle MacLachlan.
I'm gonna go A.
Zac Efron is correct.
Yeah.
The right answer. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
His
All
face
right.
lit
You have been watching all your films. I'm very proud of you. Okay.
High School Musical was one that I did not need to like do any catch up on. My sisters had that on.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they
on
loved
repeat.
It.
I love it.
Movies were ahead of its time. Okay. Here's mine. I'm the king of the world.
That was me. No, I'm just kidding.
A, Ethan
Right.
Hawke. B, Leonardo DiCaprio. C, Jeremy Allen White. D, Kyle MacLachlan. Did you ever say that?
I sense a recurring theme here with my name. Oh, well, Ethan would have loved to have said that. Yeah. But I think that's Leo. I think that's
Ding, ding, ding.
how Leo.
That is Leo.
Yes, indeed. I'm the king of the world. Oh, bless him. Okay, prepare yourself. There's some bad words in this. Kids at home,
Scary.
close your ears. If you were a fucking sweet person, you wouldn't have fucked your best friend's boyfriend. Let me say that again.
More passion.
If you were a fucking sweet person, you wouldn't have fucked your best friend's boyfriend. A, Cary Grant. If you were a fucking sweet person, you wouldn't have fucked your best friend's boyfriend. I say it again. B. Ryan Gosling. I'm not even going to try to impersonate
Okay.
Ryan Gosling. C. Jacob Elordi.
Okay.
D. Kyle MacLachlan.
See,
Cary-
I'm trying to walk you guys through I'm really doing process of elimination here.
You got
Do
this.
process.
We
Because
believe
I
in
want to
you.
hear your process.
Okay. I don't think Cary Grant said that.
Are you sure?
You know, I'm trying to think of the Ryan Gosling's like a North Star for me. And so I think I've seen a lot of his films. I just don't remember him saying that.
Ooh.
It is something that I feel like he'd deliver the hell out of that line though.
What's
Yeah.
your fave Gosling film?
I think Drive.
I like Drive too.
I love Drive.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a cool performance from him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Jacob says that in Euphoria. Yeah.
Not only the name
the
of
whole
the
time
actor,
he's
but
messing-
the
he's
film
messing with
as
you.
well. The show I should say, as well. That's impressive.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
That's good.
Yeah.
Pull me back in.
Let me give you their choices.
Okay.
Unless blindly you know this, without the
Pull me back in. Well, Pacino.
ding ding ding.
We did not know before.
Wow.
We did not see these questions.
No, I didn't know. I don't know that. It's
impressive.
No, I know nothing. You know, I don't know nobody named Iris.
Ooh, stumped me there.
Deep.
I don't know.
Taxi driver.
Uh,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
Harvey
recently-
Keitel.
Okay, I recently just watched Taxi Driver for the
Yeah,
first time.
Yeah, it's worth a rewatch. I
Yeah,
haven't seen it
I
in a
think so.
long time.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. Remarkable. Anyway, okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So we haven't had to eat a sweet. This has
No,
been the
this
thing.
is-
It's been
yeah.
like that's the if you get one wrong, you
Yeah.
gotta have sugar.
Exactly.
Okay. All
Let
right.
us staying in shape.
now you have to have 3 because no one's getting any wrong.
Right. Okay. Okay. You ready?
Uh-oh.
Okay. I don't sound like nobody. A. Sterling K. Brown. B. Austin Butler. C. George Clooney. Or D. Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah. Austin Butler. Elvis.
No one has any candy
Very good. I helped you.
You sure did with the
Yeah,
lip.
I helped you out.
with the lip.
I don't know. I don't sound like
You
nobody.
do every single
That would
line
have threw
is
me.
Mr.
That would have threw me a little.
You've been like,
I would have wait.
wait just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Great. Follow the money.
Follow the money. Okay.
A. Robert Redford. B. Michael B. Jordan. C. Yours truly. Kyle MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan. Follow the money. The first one was Robert Redford, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Robert Redford.
And that is correct.
Yay!
Look at us.
Good.
That's very
Yeah.
What's
good.
it from, though?
Very good reading.
Extra credit. What's it from?
Thank you.
Follow the money.
It was really good.
Oh, extra credit. Follow the money. Well, I want to say All the President's Men.
You're correct.
Well, congratulations, man. We're sugar free. Except
We're
I had
sugar-free.
some. I had some before. Thank you so much.
Of
For
course.
coming on.
Oh my God.
This is
Absolutely.
Good. Tell me what's next? What's happening? Give me like a. You have the film coming out.
Yes, the sequel to the first film of Sideline, the QB and Me will be coming out, Sideline Intercepted, on Thanksgiving Day
Oh, Intercepted.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
I love great.
Thanksgiving Day.
Day on Tubi.
on Tubi. What I said earlier still stands. It is one of those things where, I mean, as you know, nothing's promised in this industry. So if I can have some momentum from this film, or if the industry will continue to have me, I
Yeah,
would absolutely love to do more film and shows or whatever. But all in all, like, I just want to continue to create literally what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I want to create. I want to tell stories,
Is
play
there something
characters.
I was going to ask you? Is there something that you like, a story that you think resonates with you, or a character, or like a book? Something
Yeah.
that you're like, oh, I really feel a kinship to this. Maybe it's a soccer related, or
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
if we want to play close to home, I think it's something down the line or something within the realm of soccer would.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only genre I've done, but I love rom-coms, and I will continue to throw my hat in that ring to pursue those. Like, if there's anything that I've learned from my career thus far, not even in just in acting, but in social media as well, is like, I don't really believe in getting pigeonholed, just because we live in a world now where it's so, like, you might as well become like a jack of all trades just to kind of learn something to potentially have it manifest to lead to something. And I'm a big believer on, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I think the the rom-com space there's always going to be an appetite for it, and I'm a consumer of those films anyway, and so I would love to continue to do that. But yeah, eventually branching out and doing, like, I want to do every genre there is, and I want to, because you got to try it. It's like ballet class. You got to try it.
You see, I think this is points to a difference in generation, right? You're talking about you are looking to do many, many, many different things, right? And to explore a lot of different things, which I think is true of this younger generation of people that are so really engaged in social, that are aware of social. My generation is like, no, you do this thing. You're an actor, and then maybe eventually you become a director, or something like that. But you sort of stay in your lane. It seems pretty severe. I don't think it's exactly that.
But I hear you.
But it's like that, and I think that's a big difference. Between people my age, people your age. It's just like no, you can do all this stuff and have success at all of these different things. Nothing defines you, and I think that's just a wonderful thing.
Well, I think at the end of the day, like, I think my generation is still trying to break that stigma in a sense, because I mean, what I've learned is that there are a lot of people that are going to say, oh, you started on social media. What makes you think you can go into this? Like, yeah, it's kind of that stay in your lane. And trust me, some comments are a lot more blunt than that. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's just that you don't need to ask permission, and you don't need to, like, just do it and, like, be undeniable. But I think I respect acting too much to think that I'm entitled to be in some of these movies because of my following or whatever. It's like, like I said, it's getting you in the room, but it's not keeping you in there. And so it's kind of all up to me on whether or not I put in the work to stay in there. And so I think the athlete in me would not let, like, if there was any part of me that was slacking in that realm or was thinking that there was bits of entitlement creeping in, then I'm harder on myself than anyone. So it's like, I won't allow that. But
well said.
I'm excited for the future, honestly. I'm just like, I'm anxious to tell more stories. I've learned that I just love film and shows, and there's so much content to consume nowadays. And so I just want to continue being a creator of that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have today. I mean, there is more time in the day. This is as far as we're going to go. Did we solve the riddle? The riddle that unites us all. What are we even doing? I don't know if we did, but we had a great time doing it. Going on our way, going on this journey, and we're going to keep trying. So,
that's it.
Again, appreciate you being here. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. What Are We Even Doing is a production of iHeart Media and the Elvis Duran Podcast Network, hosted by me, Kyle MacLachlan, and created and produced by Full Picture Productions. Yay! Featuring music by Yada and artwork by Danica Robinson. For more information about the podcast, please visit our Instagram and TikTok at WAWED with Kyle. Please rate, review, and subscribe to What Are We Even Doing on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere you get your podcasts. !